I'll give you one of mine. Well, I'll walk over there for you.
So these are a little bit different when you're cranking them. You can't just hold the key on these like you can other things. When it hits, it kicks the starter out on these. See, and then it goes to a high idle. Oh, 6.8 a little cold this morning. She'll clear up in just a second. There, she's been running about a minute. That smoke will go away, like right there, that cold smoke, and she'll clear on up. Oh yeah.
Right there, and I tried coming up through there a while ago, brushing, and I basically buried outside just trying to come up through there. And I put the brush down in that whole clip up through this brush. We'll get it. You got far from it. Keep going down through there, you know. Yeah, I'm gonna try to coach it over there. I ain't got a lot of y'all, but I'll try to coach it over.
The reason he cut that butt off is because Derek cut that one too low, and it had you see it had the flare right there at the end of it. The mill won't take that because it throws them off if it goes to go through the mill. So either he has to cut that thing off, or either I have to, one of the two. We're in the process of moving right now. I got a few more loads to load. I want to point out something here right quick that some people were on me about in Sunday's video, this past Sunday. See, this is one of the old growth pieces of those trees that I cut on the off the power line out there last Monday. Y'all hadn't seen the video on that yet, but y'all will. Now, I had some people say that was not old growth. It actually is. The thing about it is you got to keep in mind this piece that I'm showing you is the last section of top. All right, so look at the grain on that, and then look at the grain on this. You see the difference right there. This is a normal hybrid tree right here. It's fast growth stuff compared to this. Now, those trees, I'm not sure how old they were that I cut out there on the road, but in the last section of the top where the tree is, say, 90 to 100 feet tall, you're not going to have as many growth rings in the top as you are at the butt. What you'll see in the butts of them when I show that, when I publish that video, what it looks like, because you can see that's a fast grow one right there, and you can see how wide the rings are on it right there. For the people who don't know, who are new subscribers, you can see the growth rings right here. You see that there's two different color growth rings. You've got a dark one and you got a light one right there. Well, that ring plus that ring equals 1 year. Trees are dormant during the winter. They don't grow during the winter. Okay, so this is the light ring is springtime growth. That's when there's a lot of water in the ground and the tree's really growing fast. And then that darker ring is when it starts to get suppressed during the summertime and it starts to dry up and they don't have as much water in the ground to really grow like they did during the springtime. So you can actually look through a tree's cycle and you can tell like where the really tight dark rings are. You can tell that was a really dry year because the tree didn't grow as much. But so you count that plus that equals 1 year. So you just go, you know, if you're going to count, just for instance, if you're going to count, you go 1, 2, 3. You don't go 1, 2, 3, 4, you know, like that, because those two together equal 1 year is the way that it works when you're counting growth ring. Does the same thing on an oak tree or a hardwood tree or anything like that. But it's pretty interesting to see them. But like I said, you can really tell the difference between the older slow growth compared to the planted trees right there. And that's actually a very cool video that y'all are gonna get to see of cutting those trees down out there. All right, something pretty cool. People were listening to my seatbelt chime in my truck right here, and I have hated that thing, but I didn't know there was a way that you could turn that thing off. And I had a couple different people in the comments saying that you could turn the seatbelt chime off in these trucks. And one told me to look up a YouTube video, so I did. I dug it up this morning. And there is a way to turn this seatbelt chime off in this truck, which is very, very aggravating. Like if you're just riding in a woods road like this right here, the way this thing works is if you get over 5 miles an hour, it starts chiming at you. So what we're about to do, we're gonna turn this chime off real quick. And I'm gonna set the camera right here. Let me flip the screen up, see what y'all are seeing right here. The way that this works is you put the seatbelt on. Mine don't have a key, it has the push button. You put it to the run position is what you do. So you don't crank it, you go to, that's on the accessory, and then you go to run. So then you unbuckle and buckle 3 times in 10 seconds, and then you turn it off, and then that disables it right there. So we'll see. And then to re-able it, you do the same thing. That's what you do. They got it. I just checked it to make sure. Man, it's cool when you got people in the comments sometimes that really bring really good stuff like that to the table, you know, and will help you out like that. That's really cool. So, because man, that thing was so aggravating. But I'm surprised that you can do that in these trucks like this. But so she's off now. I won't hear no more beeping on that thing anymore. All right, to show you that the chime is off now. There you go. You see the lights on up there, but it's not chiming no more. the way you do it, to kind of go back over to tell you how to do it, you got to turn the truck off, you put the seat belt on, and then you put the key in the run position down there without the truck running. And then once the screen boots up, then you unplug, you latch and unlatch the seat belt 3 times. On the 3rd time, you leave it latched, and then you turn the key off. And when you turn it off, the truck will chime at you, and that lets you know that the chime has been turned off. Oh, that's gonna be a lot nicer to have that like that. In the thing there, you can do all kinds of stuff in the dash right there through the controls and all right there on the truck. And I don't know why they don't just have it there where you can simply select it, but they don't. So that's what it did. I got it done. All right, I've got another big piece of oak over here that I'm gonna put in the back of my truck. It's another coil piece off of I believe this would come off a fork tree. Cut the fork out of it and then got the smallest end butt piece and everything. And I can get those because they're gonna be right if I don't. So I'm gonna start taking these things home like it's these better ones like this, and just mess with them, do different things with them with the chainsaw. About the same as the other one. I don't think I'm not gonna be able to close my tailgate this time. It's got a lip sticking out on it. But it don't really hurt anything, because when you set it down right there in the middle, it sits right on top of the ball. We'll strap on it, and we're gonna holler. Just like this. It ain't coming out. It's about the same size as the other one. So I think this can come out of a fork. There's a big fork right up there, and it'll just rot if I don't take it with me. Y'all see it in some videos. Like I said, it's not going to close because that little snout right there on it. That's good. I'll get it out when I get home though. Y'all see me unload. See if I can get this just right. Put it make some marks in there. spark as good as we did that other one. Those are insurance tabs. Pretty good chunk right there. Let's check the dimensions on it right quick. A little better than 22. It's not quite as big as the other one. It's gonna be a little bit longer than the other one. That's a full 48, a little better than 48 right there. I hate I got that dirt on it right there. Dang it. It'll wreak havoc on the saw. I'll take a wire brush on the grinder and I'll get all that off right there. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with this one. I'm just gonna, each one of these real good ones like this that I get, I'm gonna bring them home with me to run the saws in and stuff, because that'll be a good one to whittle on right there, to tune on carburetors and stuff like that. I usually keep pieces, but usually just pieces like those there. And these big ones, I can bring all them home that I want, that are like off the forks and things like that. It doesn't matter, because like I said earlier, they're just gonna rot is all. I got home tonight after I had taken a log out of the back of my truck down there. I had probably one of the coolest gifts sent to me today yet, and I'm not going to share it with y'all yet. I want to get some information from the guy that sent it to me, but the cool factor on this thing is way high. I mean, hope y'all had a good day today. Starting out, we're moving. I think 3 more loads to load in the morning, and I'll move my loader to a new location. So we'll get after and get going. We'll catch y'all later. Later, taters.